You handsome beast, you. What's your question, though, brother?
Okay, my question is this. So I went to church. I talked to the bishop. I was very confused. He said that he's a Catholic church, but he doesn't follow the Catholic Rome.
Yeah, he probably goes to Eastern Catholic, right, or Byzantine, right?
Right. So I'm confused by that.
They're all in communion with the Pope.
So I've been watching also Marmari. He doesn't agree with the Pope.
Marmari is not, quote unquote, Eastern Catholic or Chaldean Catholic or Roman Catholic. He is part of what's called the ancient apostolic Catholicos Church of the East. See, here's the confusion. The term Catholic means universal.
Yeah.
All the ancient churches use the term Catholic. Why do they call them Catholic? Not because they're part of the Roman Catholic Church. It means that this church is universal. So they all use the term. Every one of them uses the term. So if you're asking me, Marmari, is he Catholic? If you mean, does he believe that the Assyrian church started by the apostles? Yes. Does he believe that this church started by apostles is located all over the world? Yes. So in that sense, he calls himself Catholic. The term Catholic goes back to the time of the apostles. It was used by a disciple of the apostles. Saint Ignatius, he was the bishop of the church in Antioch, Syria. He was taught by the apostles. He was a disciple of the apostles. He wrote 7 letters on his way to being martyred. And as he's writing these letters, he mentions what the church is. Watch here. What does he call it? See that you all follow the bishop, one bishop appointed over each jurisdiction. Follow him as Jesus Christ does the Father. The presbytery, that means the elders, follow them as you would follow the apostles. So the presbyteries, the elders, they are like the apostles to you. The bishop, he is like God the Father to you. And respect, honor the deacons as being... What? I don't know what you mean what. It's like your Quran. When you obey Allah, Muhammad, you obey Allah.
No.
You want to bet that's in chapter 4, verse 80 of the Quran.
It's not the same, man.
Yes, it is the same because it's authority, man.
It's, authority in terms of guidance, but not...
Whoso obeyeth the messenger hath obeyed Allah. So can I obey Allah if I don't obey Muhammad?
No.
So what do you mean it's not the same? That's exactly the point.
Yeah,
God,
but obeying the Pope, not like looking at him like most Catholics do, like he's God, right?
No Catholic believes the Pope is God. That's blasphemy.
I'm confused. That's the point. I'm confused.
No Catholic thinks the Pope is God. Dude, nobody thinks that. It means that when God appoints a human leader over you in order to be God's representative to you, when you disobey him, you're really disobeying God because he's not speaking for himself. He's speaking for God. You got that concept? Okay. Let's go with Islam. So Muhammad is your Allah?
No.
No, he's got to be because it says, when I obey Muhammad, I obey Allah. If I disobey Muhammad, can I obey Allah? No. You can't obey Allah disobeying Muhammad. So now I'm confused. So Muhammad is Allah.
No, it's not Allah.
But that's what you're telling me, your logic. Here, let me give you another one. To love Allah, I have to obey Muhammad. Why? Here, chapter 3, verse 31, 32. Say, if you love Allah, follow me. Why? Why do I have to follow Muhammad if I want to love Allah? Can I just follow Allah and love him? No. Follow Muhammad, then you love Allah. Then Allah will love you and forgive you your sins. So wait, if I don't follow Muhammad, will Allah love me? No. Will he forgive me? No. And then it says, so obey Allah and the messenger. But if they turn away, lo, Allah loveth not the disbelievers. So you have the same concept. You believe for me to love Allah and please Allah, I have to obey Muhammad. If I don't obey Muhammad, I don't obey Allah, and Allah will not love me. What are you not getting? He writes, and what does he call the church? This comes from the year 107 AD. Even as wherever Jesus Christ is, there is the Catholic Church. So the word Catholic was used by the disciples of the apostles, meaning the universal church. The creation and purpose of hell, according to the Quran and versus the Bible. Allah deliberately created many people and jinn for hell. Chapter 7, 178, 179. Whomsoever Allah guides, he is the guided one. Whomsoever he sends astray, they are the losers. Right. And surely he created many of the jinns and mankind for hell. So he's telling you, right? He didn't create them so they could be in Jannah. He said, we created many of them for hell, right?
Kind of, yeah.
All right, but if it's not clear here, chapter 11, verses 118, 119. If thy Lord willed, inshallah, had so willed, if he wanted, so it means if Allah wanted, he could have made mankind one people, but that's not what he wanted. Why? But they will not cease to dispute, except those on whom thy Lord hath bestowed his mercy, and for this did he create them. Now watch, why did he create them? And the word of thy Lord shall be fulfilled. I will fill hell with jinns and men altogether. So you see, it wasn't Allah's will to make us all one people and have the same deen, because Allah decreed, Qadir is Qadir, he wanted to create many men and jinn for hell. And it's going to happen.
Right. So according to the Quran, it's mostly about like to test the free will of everybody.
No, there's no free will, buddy. Astaghfirullah. He said, if Allah wanted, you'd be one. He didn't want you to be one.
Yeah, because I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, come on, 51, 56 maybe?
Yeah. But
says,
that's, yes. Yeah. Allah created jinn and men to worship him. Yes.
Man,
but
you're good.
Quran,
wow.
Same Quran says, but he also created many of the jinn in hell for hell. Many men, jinn and mankind for hell. It's right there.
That's hard, Sam. That's hard.
I know it's hard, but in Sunni Islam, I'm not making up, I'll get you the article. Sunni Islam, Muhammad interpreted as Qadir, Taqdir, meaning you do what was written for you. And he says it's not free will. That's in this article. I'm going to show it to you. Chapter 32, verse 13. If we had so will, see again, if we wanted to, we could certainly have brought every soul its true guidance. See, we could have brought every soul its guidance. But why didn't he? Here, but the word from me will come true. I will fill hell with jinns and men altogether. So he's telling you, the reason why I didn't give every soul its guidance, even though I could, because I promised that I'm going to fill hell with jinn and men. That's why I don't bring everyone its guidance. Here's the one I want you to see. 1971-72. There shall be none of you but shall descend into the same hell. The promise of Allah is everyone goes to hell, even you, and only the God-fearing will come out. This is an established decree upon thy Lord. Notice the decree, Allah decreed, and here again, but the word from me will come true. I've decreed it. Hell must be filled with jinns and men. The word of thy Lord must be fulfilled. See, I said it. It's going to happen. Hell will be filled with jinn and men, right?
Yeah.
We have created many of the jinns, mankind for all. That's why I didn't bring every soul its guidance. I want hell to be filled with jinn and men. And watch here. In fact, not one of you there is, but has to go down. Now watch. Afterwards, he'll deliver those who shall be pious, but we will leave the ungodly there and on their knees. Now understand what this means. Both believer, unbeliever will go to hell. Only the believer will be taken out, and the rest will be left in it. Okay, so that means you're a believer, right? But you're going to be in hell. And you have to hope that you are pious enough, God-fearing alive, that Allah takes you out. Because if not, you're staying there on your knees.
Right.
Surely, this Quran is no less than a reminder to all the alameen. Now, to whoever among you who wills, if you will, see, it sounds like free will, to walk straight, and you will not, unless it be that Allah wills. You see it? It's not up to you. You cannot will to walk straight if Allah didn't will it for you.
Yeah, that's why Muslims say, inshallah.
So it means it's not free will, it's Allah's will. So if Allah willed, I will. But what if he didn't will it for me? You'll never desire to be on a straight path. Now watch this. 76, 29, 31. Verily, this is a reminder. So
sorry for interrupting, but didn't Jesus say something like that? Like, I don't seek my will, but the will of my Father?
Yeah, but you're talking about whether God has decreed the Son would die to save us. Yeah, we're not saying God hasn't decreed certain things. Hasn't God decreed the day of judgment?
Yeah.
Hasn't God decreed that we will stand before him to be judged?
Yeah.
Hasn't God decreed that this world will end? Yeah, there are things God decreed that's going to happen. Yeah. So one of the decrees was the Son would come and die for us. We're not talking about whether there are things that God has determined shall come to pass. He determined we're going to die. We're going to be raised. There'll be a day of judgment. We'll stand before him. So there are things determined. But here the Quran is saying Allah has determined who he will create for paradise and who will he create for hell. And those whom he created for paradise, he will then enable them to do the good. That's different. Verily, this is a reminder. So whoever wishes may take away unto his Lord. So this is a reminder. So now take the reminder and act upon it. But watch. But you cannot so wish, and Allah so wills. So it's telling you, hey, don't waste your time. Because if it's not Allah who willed for you to hear the reminder and act upon it, you won't. Verily, Allah is all-knowing, wise. He admits into his mercy whom he pleases. It's not up to you, it's up to him. So I, Allah, am pleased to allow Armando to enter my mercy. So I will enable Armando to believe the Quran, but not for Sam Shamoun. That's what it's saying. And I actually quote the Sahih narration here from Bukhari, given by Hilali Khan, Muhammad Muskin Khan, on this ayah 7179. It's right there. He says that Muhammad said, Allah already wrote who goes to hell and who goes to paradise. And he wrote, those who go to hell will do the deeds of hell so he can punish them. And those who go to paradise, they will do the deeds of paradise so he can bless them. It's right here, black and white. So there you go. Since the fate of everybody has already been decided. There you go. Now, before I don't want to make it too long because you can get it. I gave you the article. Here, I want you to see the reaction of the Christians. One of those priests said, what did the Amir al-Mu'mineen said? What did Muhammad say? Oh, he said, Allah misleads whoever he will, guides whoever he wills. The priest said, that is upside down. Allah's too just to mislead anyone. How would you accuse Allah of doing that? Well, one of the names of Allah is Al-Mudil, meaning the one who leads astray. Al-Hadi, the one who guides. Now watch what he says to the Christian priest. That saying of his reached Umar ibn al-Khattab, and he said, on the contrary, Allah has misled you. By Allah, wallahi, if it were not for your covenant, because they're dhimma, wait, he didn't say, no, you're wrong, ya kafir. I'm not saying Allah misleads you, meaning Allah gives you over to desires. All right. He goes, yes, and ya kafir, Allah even misled you